We like the sector even now, and we do believe that there is a lot of opportunity in this space, both on the domestic side as well as the international side. So on the domestic side, our industry is very small. The total size is like $12-13 billion, all the medicines sold put together, and there's a long way to go. Because of standard of living improving, as people living longer, as awareness increasing, we are all prone to taking more and more medicines. So I think there is a huge scope there. On the international side, the Indian pharma industry has made a name for itself. So almost all the large companies have very good presence across US, Europe, and now increasingly Italy, besides the emerging markets like Latin America and Africa. The sector had become a little overvalued, and that is the reason why it's underperformed this year. And we used that opportunity to trim down our positions a little bit. The sector has also gone through some regulatory issues, but we believe that these are temporary issues.
So are you buyer in pharma?
We are looking at it.
Domestic or Indian pharma?
I think it's a combination of both. You'll have to have a combination of both, because as I said, we are positive on both the domestic as well as the international space.
The buzzword on the street is NBFC, and I see that some NBFC stocks are also part of your portfolio. One of them is Muthoot Finance, and then Aditya Birla Nuvo, that's got an NBFC called Aditya Birla Financial Services. Do you think NBFC as a group has a long way to go?
So I think we are constructive the whole financial space, though we have our reservations on the smaller public sector banks particularly. But I think on the niche financial services space, we see there's a big opportunity. So our view on financial savings over sort of hard assets is definitely there. India is a country of huge savings. We do believe that increasingly savings will go into financial savings, which would be equities, fixed income, and so on and so forth. And that is where wealth managers, insurance companies, asset management companies, that will all benefit.
So financial inclusion broadly.
Basically, asset managers of all kinds, whether it's insurance companies, asset managers, wealth managers, and so on and so forth. So we have some exposure there in a few names you mentioned. And then there are NBFCs who tend to become overvalued and undervalued depending on what has been the near-term challenges. So gold financiers were that one category which had near-term issues because gold prices fell very sharply, and then RBI clamped down was there. Too many people came in. Over the last 3-4 years, in the challenging period, I think gold prices have stabilized. The new players came, burned their fingers, and left. So we basically do believe in the product. And we saw that the valuations were maybe 1/3 or 1/4 of all this fancied financial inclusion NBFCs, which would be the microfinance companies of the world. And to some extent, these companies are also doing microfinance because the average ticket size tend to be 50,000 rupees. And I think that is where we have put our money.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.